before the top of the hour. Really quickly, let's go to the phones here. Amber Rountree, good morning. You're on the Rude Awakening.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I just wanted to call in, and I know y'all have been talking about balanced and just share some thoughts on the survey. I know there was a story on WBAR that Patty Bounds was on talking about.
Yes.
And as soon as I got the survey, I emailed the superintendent and requested, I requested that the survey be suspended.
Yeah.
Simply for some of the reasons that Patty discussed on the show yesterday about the fall break was not included, a traditional calendar with a 1-week fall break, because that was what I had heard from quite a few constituents.
Yeah.
And it was publicly discussed in a board meeting.
Yeah.
So when I sent that information and that request to the superintendent, he did finally respond to me last night and stated that he had spoken with most of the board members, and most of the board members wanted to see the survey continue, and most of them did not have any, concerns or questions about the validity of the survey. Now, I'm not sure how many most would cover. Obviously, I know that myself, I was not pleased with the way that the survey was sent out. Obviously, Patty was on the news discussing the fact that she had some concerns.
Amber, the survey's a joke. I got on the site this morning. I can fill out the survey as many times as I want, and I have no business filling out the survey.
Yes. Yeah, and I highly doubt that the chairman would be happy with the survey when he was the one that requested publicly in our meeting that the traditional option with a 1-week fall break be included. So I guess I just have some, I had gotten an email from a parent who basically said, I feel like this community engagement is a farce.
Well, and it appears to be.
When we have a survey like this, it puts board members like myself in a difficult position because we have folks in the community that want to share their feedback, but they really are feeling like it's not valid.
Hey, Amber, hang on 1 second with us. We got to go to the top of the hour, and when we get back, we're going to. If you hang on with us, we'll have you on with us. We got Rebecca Habiger coming on with Mike Danilla. Stay with us. Let's finish up real quick here with Amber Rountree. Amber, we appreciate you hanging around through the top of the hour there. So yeah, this survey that's out there right now that we had the link to yesterday. This is a joke.
Yeah, and I would like to also point out, I had done sent out a survey myself back right when I got on the board, just using Google Docs. And I just find it interesting that when I sent out that survey, just to gain some feedback about how folks thought about SAT-10 testing for our K through 2 students, it was very quickly pointed out by a board member that they admitted taking the survey more than once just to see if they could, and basically calling the information invalid. So, as just one person, I don't have a team of tech folks and people that do psychometrics at my fingertips. Our school system has an entire office of accountability, and I guess I'm just, wondering, could they not have maybe come up with a way to make it more secure? I mean, they use SurveyMonkey, which anyone can use.
My 15-year-old son uses SurveyMonkey. It's not that secure.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
So I don't know, as I said, the superintendent told me most of the board members were happy with the survey, and I guess, last night they had gotten up to 8,000 results, and 8,000 folks had taken it. Now, that, one person could have taken it 5,000 times.
Sure. I was going to say 8,000 results. They probably had 4,000 people get on the survey then. That's good.
I voted 3,000 times.
Mike Danilla says he voted 3,000 times.
I'm not surprised. So I think that there's, I think that I'll be interested to see what happens with these survey results. I mean, I personally don't see how they could be considered valid at all.
They can't.
I mean, maybe the most beneficial thing will be folks giving comments in the comment section, but I guess my concern is it speaks to a broader issue of we have in our strategic plan that we value input from our stakeholders, and we have several wonderful community schools in Knox County. But when we're basically doing things like this, when we're saying that we're trying to get input from our community, I think it just does not foster a good relationship with our community members and stakeholders.
No, it doesn't. And it's, we were asking our listeners this morning, because we have listeners from not only within Knox County, but from all around the state, from different states, from outside the country. And we have the link on our Facebook pages and on our Twitter pages. We were inviting any of our listeners that they want. They go ahead and link on that survey. Go ahead and fill out the survey. And then in some of the boxes, tell them, hey, I'm listening, or I'm filling out your survey from wherever you're at. Because it's completely invalid. The data is completely invalid. There's no way to tell who's filled the survey out, how many times they fill it out. It's just, it's a joke. It's just it's an exercise in futility. It really is.
Yes, and I think that's, like I said, one of the parents I heard from had mentioned that, and I think that, as I said, speaks to a bigger issue that I would like to see us work to resolving somehow. I mean, I think if the greater community feels like, excuse me, that their input doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. I mean, there wasn't just an option on that survey for your average Joe taxpayer to give their input.
No. And there should be a simple question anywhere on that survey, but there's not, that just simply says, with the information you have right now, are you in favor of the balanced calendar? Yes, no. Are you in favor of keeping the traditional calendar? Yes, no. But not. They're worded in ways where, do you strongly oppose, or do you this, and what's the just ask the question. Ask the question.
Yeah. Call for the question, I guess, if you're going to follow Robert's rules. Well, and I think that the other concern is there were quite a few community meetings that were held, and there was a draft of that survey originally sent out in February to the District Advisory Committee. And, that survey, I believe it was proposed to the District Advisory Council that it was a draft of the survey.
Yeah.
Well, when one says draft, one would think there would be further input and there would be additional changes made. And apparently there were not changes made from February. So, again, I have to ask, what are the folks doing that are in charge of the survey? As I said, we have an Office of Accountability that just got approved in the budget to get another $300,000, I believe, a year. Yeah. Might have been $250,000. Basically, they're getting a huge chunk of change in the Office of Accountability. And then we have the Broad fellow who was hired to be a director of planning and implementation and innovation. So, and this is the best we could come up with. I guess that's the real concern for me.
Sure.
I can do SurveyMonkey. I mean, maybe in a year or two, Teddy can do SurveyMonkey.
Yeah, anybody can. Hey, Amber, we appreciate it this morning. You have a wonderful day, all right?
Yeah, you too. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much. So, Amber Rountree, Board of Education member, weighing in there. Joining us here in studio.